is, do reality TV ruin relationships? Yeah, think about that.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. You're airing your dirty laundry out for everyone to see. And if you don't have creative control, they're going to take certain aspects of the show and dramatize them. And, you know, the producers have a goal to
make good TV.
Right. So you may not like the way yourself is portrayed or your household is portrayed or how you know, conduct yourself, and that is going to have an impact on your relationships, I think.
And I mean, to add to what you just said, I mean, if I'm putting myself in the producer's shoes, care about your relationship. The relationship's anything to me. My job is to create drama to bring ratings in. I don't care about your vows.
It's just like the season, basketball-wise, the season before this one, with Evelyn and Jennifer. We saw their relationship, their friendship. From the first season, they were the best of friends, and then on the fourth season, they were enemies. And we saw how their relationship, their friendship went from, great to bad on television. And they're still no longer friends. Just like the thing with Kim and Nene on The Housewives.
But I will add that a lot of the stuff I think happens off camera. And then you bring it on camera. So I think some things we never really know what happened, but I think it's either your ego or, someone's getting a little bit too much attention over here and you're doing this. And, I think that's kind of what happened with their relationship. It didn't really happen on camera. It happened off camera.
I hear them loosely saying that a lot of the time. She was saying this, or you've been going around Atlanta or this place. Yeah.
And see, the other thing is too is that a lot of the situations in reality TV are staged. So reality TV is not necessarily reality, but they're staged. So I can see how it can get complicated and dicey when you're staging certain things for a show, but then you may hear that so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. The producers could be planting bugs in everybody's ears trying to create drama.
They need a storyline.
Right.
They need drama.
And that's one of the things they said on R&B Divas. Like, they did do that. They were saying certain things about each other.
L.A., yeah, they did talk about that at the reunion. I remember that.
Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. Actually, I bring that up. Rashida and Kirk. I don't believe that was real.
No, I think that was staged too.
But for you to actually risk your relationship to that degree for a paycheck, wow.
Yeah.
But I guess if you both know that you're acting, then hey.
But at the same time though, you're showcasing your life to the world.
Yeah, it looks bad. Yeah, but if you say, okay, this is what we finna do. We finna act food. We finna get this money. Whatever. That's what.
Yes, if you're in agreement, I guess.
But it's still, it says a lot about your character though.
It does.
You showcasing your world, your life to the world, and everybody sees this. And some people think it's true. Some people, think just like us, think it's staged or rehearsed. It still don't make you look good at all.
What do you think, man?
I'm not a big fan of reality shows. I will say the only reality show on TV is Cops.
But you got a point though.
That's the original.
None of that is staged.
Everything is staged.
That's really the only reality show that I would watch. Now I'm aware of these other shows, and I don't watch them on a regular or consistent basis. But
do you think that, as far as the reality TV, do you think that can affect your own relationship, as far as how much your spouse may watch reality television and kind of take away from their other duties at home or showing you intention and stuff like that?
I believe so. If you're not on this, and you don't have to watch, you and your spouse don't have to watch the same thing all the time. But if it's something where you can't agree on, or you're kind of coming at odds over a TV show, maybe you need to not watch that TV show. I don't know. But
that's true.
It's to me, it's just entertainment.
It is.
It really shows no real value to it. It's just all entertainment. Take it for what it is. I think if you try to look at it any deeper, you're doing yourself a disjustice.
Yeah, that's why I think. That's why I watch it for fun. I watch it, even though I know that half of it's not true. I still watch for entertainment. Just like the Kardashians, all of them. I don't think any of that stuff is real. Right. All that stuff is staged to me.
Just like
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Just like the comment Mike made about Rashida and
Kirk. Yeah.
It's like you pimping yourself out.
Yeah, basically.
And maybe that's a strong word, but you a hold to the money. You know what I'm saying?
You are.
And I know I'm being harsh, what I'm saying, but
And you had some marriages that has actually ended because of reality television. Because you had with the first season of Atlanta Housewives, LaShawn and her husband, Deshaun Snow, her husband. They got divorced after the show ended.
Because I'm a firm believer if it's staged and you're doing it just for the paycheck, I mean, what does that say about your character?
True.
You're willing to look that way for money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a fan of Rashida prior to even her being on TV. I just like the way she carried herself.
Yeah.
But the little bit of stuff that I saw, and like I said, I don't really watch it, but I was like, really?
Yeah.
Here's why I never believed that Kirk and Rashida's situation is because I read in like a magazine or someplace, Kirk was giving an interview and he's like, "Oh, you guys aren't gonna like me this season," which made me think, okay,
that he already knew something.
You already knew
Yeah.
what was going on. You already knew how you were going to be portrayed. You knew everybody was going to hate you, and sure enough, that's when he was really portrayed as being, a jerk to her. So he already knew. And then the other thing I was going to say is, I honestly can't figure out why people are still signing up to do these shows when it seems like most of the celebrity marriages are doomed once they do reality TV. Jessica and Nick and who else? Bobby and Whitney, and there's just so many.
I think they have problems
with
when they get to reality TV though. Bobby and Whitney.
They definitely.
They already
I'm
have
gonna say this,
problems.
and I know this is not a popular thing to say, but I don't think the problem was Bobby. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think it was totally Bobby's issues.
No, I think they
so.
both
I
had
think they
issues,
both had issues.
and
I think they both had.
I think that her family has kind of acknowledged that in some way, and I think he has kind of alluded to that in another way. But I think that him being who he is, he's willing to take on the rap for the situation.
Right. I've noticed that.
True.
I've noticed he kind of just didn't throw her under the
He
bus.
didn't. He's not going to.
He just took
I
it.
think he loved her. And
Right,
I think he did.
Well,
Right.
I do believe that,
And
absolutely.
I think it was admirable of her family to kind of say she did have a drug problem before she met him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because for the longest, they was just Bobby was the scum of the earth.
Yeah. That's true.
Anybody
Well, I mean, and it
mention
didn't
that
help
shit.
that he kept, not paying his child support and
Right,
going to
right.
jail. And,
That's a whole nother other
It didn't
Right,
help. That didn't help his situation.
But also, just like with Greg and Nene, they actually got divorced on television and then got remarried back on TV. Do you think that was all staged
Yes.
Part of me thinks that it probably was staged, but then it really melted into something. Because you know how something can start off as nothing,
or?
and then it turns into something.
I honestly
And-
think that was real.
I kind of
You think
think
they
it
would
was
actually
real.
have a
I
problem?
definitely think it was real.
Yeah,
I definitely think that there was a part of it that was real, and I think if he talks about, if he had just done XYZ, they would have never gone to divorce. But I think both of their egos were in the way of that situation.
That's true.
Let me ask you this question. Since I don't watch it like that, if you take that portion out of their reality, so-called reality show lives, what else would they have?
That's my point.
Well, I mean, are you talking
Yes,
about their
they're relevant.
storyline?
Right. If you take that divorce,
That's true.
that divorce and marriage out of their storyline, what else
What
would
else
they
would
Which
talk
made
about.
her very relevant for at least 2 seasons, I might add.
True. True.
I mean,
I'm just looking at it like that.
But
Because
look about even like Lisa Hartwell. She was still married when she left the show and still didn't make it with her husband. Her and her husband got
I think
I
that
think
show
she, I
had
think
a lot
that
to
she
do with
had
it.
a lot of issues behind the scenes too. Because she has children with Keith Sweat. He didn't want the kids on the show. I think she already had issues in her life in general.
So it's
Added
not
to-
good to get
And then
on
they had money
television.
situation.
Yeah, with
He
issues
wasn't playing for the
they gonna be out.
NFL anymore, and they were trying to downsize, and I think that played a lot into their situation.
And now you got Apollo and Phaedra with their problems, and they're still on television.
I don't
Do you
really
think
know
they
if
should
it's
come
their
back?
problems. I think Apollo has an issue.
Yeah,
She
I would
happens
say
to be
there.
married to him, and I think that she's gonna stand by her man.
But do you think they should stay on the show? Or you
I
think
think
they
do
should
whatever you think
take
is best
care
for
of
you.
off camera?
And she might need money when he goes to prison.
But to be
so I
honest
don't
with
know.
you, I don't think.
Allegedly, we
but
don't
they,
know
they
yet.
may write it
When
to
he
where
goes
they
to
never.
prison, she may need to
they-
say, I don't know.
Allegedly, but we
They
don't
may
know.
write it to where they never address the situation of him going to prison, kind of like Yandy and Medici. She's still on the show. He's in prison. He got a case. I mean, he's not getting out no time soon. I don't care what she said. What did he go to jail for? Like drug trafficking?
Girl.
Like millions and millions? Okay.
And look at Teresa What is
No,
it
he got
for-
acquitted for that.
Oh, he did.
What the people from Real Housewives, New Jersey, Teresa and
Oh, they got
Cheryl,
legal problems.
they got
I don't
big
watch
legal
that show, but
problems.
I
Yeah, they
heard
got
And
big
they
problems.
still on the show like ain't nothing going on.
That's what
so.
I'm saying. So it's about the money. Now
It is
this-
about the money
this
because they
becomes
gonna
your
need money to
paycheck.
pay all those lawyers.
Right, so I don't think they just gonna go anywhere. I don't.
I
it's-
think somebody's leaving.
I think it's a choice you have to make. I think when you're approached to do something like that, you may look at it as it is a great opportunity for me to get exposure.
True.
X, Y, Z. I can branch off and do other things. I think as you sign the contract and you get into it and you start seeing what they want you to do versus what you
What you're
Thank
willing
you.
to do?
right, then I think you're obligated. You're almost trapped in sort of a sense. Because if you quit, you may end up owing. I don't know what the contract would say, but I think they go into it thinking that's a great opportunity, and once you get trapped in the cycle, you can't quit, and then you have to kind of go on.
True.
You may get yourself in a legal situation. Like, to give you an example, like y'all talk about Apollo, like this dude may be going to jail. My thing is, if you've been doing fucked up shit for a while, don't put yourself on TV.
True. You're right. And
Because
you know, it's funny though.
eventually, somebody's gonna see you, somebody's gonna recognize you, somebody can put 2 and 2 together, and that's your ass.
You know, he talked about it too because he said he had just got out of prison when they was going into the show. It was their first season on the show. And he was fresh out of prison. So he hasn't really had time to even live his life outside of prison because he had the cameras in his face the next day, basically.
The thing about you, what's the guy you mentioned?
In DC?
Right. Then he dude, you sell drugs. What the fuck you doing on TV? I'm
They
serious.
orchestrated one of the largest something. That's what I believe I read something about it. That's why he's still in jail.
I don't get that. I don't get that. Just
They're being tight.
Millions of dollars.
Truly did.
No,
Yeah.
that's what
Right.
he did. It has to do with drugs and millions of dollars.
They
Like,
said
I
the
don't
feds was
understand-
coming at them and everything.
right. I don't understand
The
these
feds money
dudes
was big.
that they have warrants. You have all this other shit going on, but you decide to put
I
yourself
guess
on
sometimes
national
you think you're
television.
bigger than the situation.
Yeah, but you're not.
You think you're not going to get caught.
And they will remind you that you're not.
Yeah, the
You
light
feel like
doesn't
you
stop.
untouchable, and then
Just
somebody
the cameras
touched the
are
hell out
rolling,
your
the lights
ass,
don't
and
stop.
Right.
You realize.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
And I think a lot of these people get caught in this vicious cycle of trying to look the part.
Mm.
Like they're portraying something that they're not living. Like they're portraying a lifestyle that they don't live, especially, here with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think, only a couple of them actually probably have the financial means of displaying that lifestyle that they actually have. But, when that show first started,
They
From
all,
what I read-
they all look busted.
I all live in an apartment
you
down
know,
the street from me.
yeah, from what I read, they weren't really, they were portraying like they were living this
But they
lavish
weren't,
lifestyle.
and they
but
weren't
weren't
getting paid
doing
much.
so.
I mean, I don't know what they're gonna be getting paid this season, but the first season, they just dropping just little coins. That's it, because they got to see how the show is going to progress.
Right.
So the more ratings you get, the higher paycheck you get the next season.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question: how many of these reality stars have truly made it big?